around when it comes to international finals. But G2, they look like a different beast. Let's see how they show up today against their rivals of BLG.
For the first time here in the First Stand 2026 finals, we make our way onto Summoner's Rift. G2 with the weight of knowing that his jungler's on that side of the map. Caps jumping in, looking for the slow. Knight has to flash the slow from the weirding. Otherwise he could have been caught out, but Stumon's flashing for the chase. The shield from Knight enough to get him a bit of movement speed. There's a flank here for Jun as well, who dashes across the wall. Skumon down to half HP, is on, tries to trade back in. Knight has the stun, no flash on him. The polymorph, Skumon's gonna get stunned up, but Knight is low as well. Skumon tries to dash back in, a 1-for-1 to exchange so far as LeBron comes in to bolster the attack for Caps. But Caps now needs to run, does still have the flash. Jun still trying to chase in, doesn't get the stun against the wall. Caps low on mana, flash forward but on. The hammer smash not connecting, and Jun might just forward on LeBron. On's gonna follow suit. Caps goes across the back. In towards the bottom lane. Shun is on his way across here, as is Knight. Hansama and LeBron stepping forward, he'll use for the movement speed. Shun still on the chase, doesn't have the flash. Hansama trying to get away alongside LeBron. Step up presence coming down. Hansama steps back forward into it. LeBron so low, slammed into the wall. And BLG will claim their second kill of the game. The Maiden is down, that wave's going to push in. Skumond might look to go behind the tower here. Bin has no flash, there's the Cataclysm. They'll look for the follow-up, but Bin's still very healthy for now. The Ghouls are going to join in. Another Dark Perception. He didn't overextend, but Skumond still finds him.
So while the action is happening on the bot side of the map,
So respectful. He has early steel caps. He's not overextending at all, but they just have so much terrain creation there to be able to lock him in when he doesn't have the hop. There's just nothing he can do to get away.
Viper getting chased out by Hansama here, who has level 6, but that polymorph perfectly timed. LeBron not yet level 6. Viper still trading back onto Hans, who has to pop the barrier, but again, not taking too much damage while it's happening, and Hans just goes down. Thought he had the advantage with that level 6. Knight's on his way across as well. LeBron needs to be careful.
Yeah, that's back pressures on this bot side where Hans hits the barrier when he's not being hit. Shun going for a flash.
Heroic charge, Keeper's verdict. Knight here for the follow-up, but Caps able to get across the wall in time.
so we heard
He doesn't have flash. Knight not knocked up though. He's going to get the stun off. Caps looking to go between the worlds, and Knight is sent back to the fountain. G2's mid-jungle finding their 5th total kill together.
100% kill participation for Skumon as he makes his presence known on the Rift. He set his sights on bot lane.
As Jun is on his way across here, on having to flash away. Skumon doesn't have the Cataclysm right now. It's still on cooldown, tied away. Viper blocks it with the spell shield. Jun holding on to the steadfast presence. The knock into the wall with a heroic charge, and Skumon overstepped on a sliver of HP. Shields enough. The Keeper's verdict finds LeBron guilty, but he'll flash forward to get it. A 1-for-1 so far. Underneath the tower, Viper should be able to chase out LeBron. Shun is coming to help. It will be a 2-for-1 in favor of BLG. It's down in that bottom lane, meaning that G2 have a 4v4.
Yeah, they definitely want Knight there with them for the start of the fight. He has flash, he has ult, but Caps is here too. This could be a big fight.
On stepping forward, has to flash away. Tidal wave coming out as well. The Keeper's verdict only lands onto LeBron, but a great acrobrism before he was knocked back. On taken out by Caps. Jun having to flash as Hansama continues to play chase and flashes forward. Viper caught in the dark procession. The cage around him a coffin.
Quick kills.
On point with those so far as Broken trying to trade onto Bin, who flashes away, but Jun's coming across, will land the heroic charge into the wall, and now Skumon's in a 1v2, and Bin is about to go mega. Giga Bin on the Rift, forces Skumon flash away, flag and drag, but Shun still chases on, trying to come in to bolster the attack. The charge doesn't connect on the wall, but the smash will get the slow. A house chucked at Skumon, everything in the kitchen sink used to kill him off, and
The man is locked in and he's ready to fight.
Caps trying to kill off Knight and will do so. LeBron is low. Acrobrism coming out. Skumon looking for the chase as well. And it's only on and Shun. Cataclysm down. The Keeper's verdict will knock Skumon out, but Caps is still there to find himself a double. Now 6-0-2 on this Aurora as LeBron flashes and doesn't land the Acrobrism.
Yeah, the dead man's move speed. Caps didn't have to use a flash for his own, and Bin used that flash, and they keep putting pressure on a Knight, forcing him to use defensive flashes. Viper
doesn't dodge the flag and drag, flashes away, but the Cataclysm will follow. The wild growth, though, Viper still goes down. Skumon able to flash away, and Shun is chunked out to half. The flag and drag out from Skumon now, but Hansama steps forward immediately, cleansed away with
11 CS per minute or thereabouts as Caps is getting some help here. This is trouble for Bin.
So Bin has teleport, tidal wave used by LeBron. There's the TP. LeBron flashing with the Acrobrism, and they will find Bin. He tries to trade back in, gets the Nami to the wall, gets the stun, follows it with the wall of the barrier, enough to keep Hansama alive. He dashes across the wall, and Bin almost buried Hansama. But G2 were able to find the kill. BLG now collapse kill, use the TP to get in here. Shun has to go onto Hansama, dashes in, gets the hammer shot down. Acrobrism again, Hansama still surviving. On taking down to half HP, Skumon tries to trade towards the top side. Viper caught out in the Cataclysm, on trying to escape the between worlds. The Caps has put him in. G2 will not give him an inch. They find the ace.
Completed items with the upgraded boots as well. He is a hard man to kill. Level 16 as BLG look to try and fight this dragon.
3 items for Viper. He is so strong on this Sivir if he gets a little bit of time. Bin as well, just chunking out Skewmon, who does have the Guardian Angel, will have to flag and drag away. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Hunsummer knocked back, tidal wave coming out, keep his verdicts into the wild growth, into the steadfast presence, and Hunsummer doesn't get an opportunity to move! BLG collapse perfectly in mid! They'll find 3, get the shutdown on BB, and now it's all on Caps and Skewmon to try and defend the Mega Blast Cone. Will be Caps' friend, but he dashes back! He used the Between Worlds. Knight coming on for the flank here. Caps might just have to burn the flash to escape. He will do so, but the gold leader back.
There's no reason for BLG not to force this objective.
DP from Caps looking for that flank position. Bin down to a third, doesn't have the Mega, is a long way away from that Rage Bar as well. The Baron sitting at 13,000 on the hunt, is popped by Viper, but he can't get further than the Dark Procession. The Broken Blade locks him in. BB does have the flash, but stunned against the wall, doesn't have a chance to use it. BLG find a kill, and now will turn their attention back towards the big purple worm.
That's all they needed, a single kill. Now a big part of their front line has disappeared. Minion damage is good on the bot side of the Rift, but Caps has no TP available to him with 4 versus 5. BLG with firm control over this objective, and the Baron is simply melting.
Yeah, Knight still looking for that flank. Keeper's verdict out from Shun, lands it onto LeBron. Knight gonna walk forward here, but is spotted on Vision. Hunsummer trying to step in, does have the flash and barrier, but until LeBron is back, no Mikhail's, no cleanse for him. Skewmon trying to get into the pit, but he just can't get close enough. Flag and drag is only option. On falling low, Hunsummer stepping in. They turn onto Knight instead. BLG will secure the Baron, but Knight goes down for it. Hunsummer still dashing forward, flashes from Shun. The stun. Viper able to get away for now, but Shun is gonna get chased down by G2. The chase continues as Skewmon finds the backline. Bit about to go mega. Skewmon has the GA. The Angel on his shoulder will bring him back as Caps finds another. BLG got the Baron, but at what cost? G2 will continue to chase as Viper falls for the triple. Ben with a wallop, but G2 want to relegate him to the trash. The no from Ben, not enough today. Here for G2.
I think they can do it, though. They're pushing forward. Knight has got to try to get behind them and clear the way, but they're going to go in.
Broken Blade puts him into the cage, and BLG are buried. G2, their attention on the Nexus, the Keeper's verdict finds BLG.